Hey guys, and welcome back into the channel. I am standing in the bathroom right now because I'm getting ready to go. Alex and I are going to IKEA this afternoon, and I want to bring you guys along with us because we are going to be doing some DIY IKEA hacks. It has been such a long time since we've done some IKEA hacks, so I thought this would be a really fun video to do today. I still have to get ready though, so let me just set you down real quick right here and talk to you about our plan for today. So I thought that we could go to IKEA and just take a look at some of the new stuff that's out, especially now that the spring stuff should be out right now. And I was just thinking that it'd be fun to get some inspiration, and I have a couple special projects that I really know that I want to do and have been thinking about doing. So this will be the perfect opportunity to see if that stuff is in stock. It said online it was, so fingers crossed that it will be. But I always enjoy going to IKEA without a plan because I feel like if you go with a plan, you just aren't feeling as creative. So I kind of want to find some pieces that speak to me that we are able to hack and DIY into something new and different. Hold on, real quick, I just realized I'm forgetting one thing. I can't go anywhere without earrings, and of course I'm going to be wearing my Ana Luisa earrings. They are my all-time favorite jewelry brand, and I'll tell you a little bit more about Ana Luisa later on in the video. Okay, and here is a quick little fit check before we go, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put on this bucket hat or not since it is a little bit cold out, so it may be hat weather. But anyway, we gotta go, and let's go get shopping so we can find some things for some DIYs. The escalators always scare me.
I don't mind it.
Okay, well, I don't like them.
Does it feel like being a kid again?
So great. Okay, this is really cool. This definitely has some DIY potential, but I cannot find it anywhere. There's no tag for it. There it is. Well, sorry to the whole display. Oops. That trip to IKEA was definitely a success. I found some really cool things that I have some ideas for some DIY projects. So next time you see me, we will be in the craft room and starting some of these projects. So right here is the IKEA Upfield, or it's part of the Upfield collection. This is over in the kitchen section. As soon as I saw it, I had the perfect vision for a DIY project. And what I want to do is transform this into something that's supposed to be a utensil holder for in the kitchen into a really cute jewelry holder. I suppose it would kind of work as is right now, but I think we can make this so much better. The first thing you're going to want to do with this is give it a decent sand. That's because we're going to be spray painting it, and in order for that spray paint to stick, it needs something to hold on to. And I am so excited to paint this. One, because I am trying out my new spray paint tent to, try to protect my apartment balcony while I can, but also because I am trying a color I have never used before, which is brick red, and I think it's gonna look really nice for this piece. Now, you may or may not know, but I have a little obsession with cane webbing. I just think it looks really cool and adds a unique texture to some decor, brings in that kind of traditional element as well as a little bit of that boho design as well, which I just really like it. So I'm going to use this to fill in those openings on this utensil holder to make it look a little bit more high-end and designer. And the way you're going to want to do this is not with hot glue, but rather E6000 glue or some sort of super glue. I taped it down first to create a hinge to hold that cane into place, and then applied my E6000 glue all around the perimeter of that cane webbing, and then taped it down to hold it into place until the glue had dried. I did the same thing on the bottom, and also while I was waiting for this to dry, I did put a couple heavy coffee table books down on top just to hold that cane nice and tight and make sure that it came out flat and looking really good. This has to be one of my favorite IKEA hack pieces that I have ever made. Look, it just turned out so cute. So of course we're gonna have to style my favorite Ana Luisa jewelry pieces on this to see it in its true form. And I want to say a big thank you to Ana Luisa for sponsoring today's video. So while we style this up, I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about why I love Ana Luisa so much. This jewelry holder truly makes the perfect display piece for my beautiful Ana Luisa jewelry. I've had many of these pieces for a couple years now, and they are still holding up and standing up to the test of time. These are truly high quality pieces that are classic, timeless, and are sure to go with any style, which I love because I will wear my Ana Luisa jewelry to dress up an outfit or just to add something a little special to some ordinary clothes. I picked out a couple of new jewelry pieces I wanted to share with you. I love these earrings and cannot wait to wear them. This cool chunky hoop is just so trendy right now. And then I also picked out this beautiful pendant necklace with the little pearl on it, and I love it because a pearl is my birthstone and it matches perfectly with these drop pearl earrings that of course I got from Ana Luisa quite a while back, and I still love them and wear them all the time. And with Ana Luisa, you won't break the bank with pieces just starting at $39. I truly feel like you can find something for any style or any taste, and I've also gifted many Ana Luisa jewelry pieces over the years because they truly make great gifts. And if you've been here for a while, you know that this is not the first time that I've shared Ana Luisa with you guys. That's because that's how much I stand by these jewelry pieces. So if you want to check out Ana Luisa for yourself, I have left a special link down in the description box. Believe it or not, there's a cart in here. They really want us to assemble this from scratch. There is not a single compartment that they built for us, I don't think. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be quite the IKEA build, but I wanted to do a hack with one of the many IKEA carts. I know there's a very iconic one that everybody has. I'm forgetting the name of it, but you know, this one right here. But this one is actually a kitchen cart, so it's a little bit bigger, and I thought it would be the perfect size for a bar cart. So essentially the same thing, like a kitchen cart, but making it look really cool for a really cool bar setup. And I'm really looking forward to this project because we're gonna make it multifunctional. The moment of truth. It is just a bunch of pieces like this. Okay, well, they truly are making us assemble this cart. But I'm thinking now that I'm looking at these pieces and my thoughts on how to go together, for what I want to do before even assembling it, I want to take these pieces and do the little transformation that I'm planning. These are the bottom of the cart shelves. I think it's gonna be a lot easier to work with them before they are assembled. I really imagined a checker print bottom for this bar cart that we're creating, and I found this beautiful olive green permanent vinyl that is going to be perfect and look so well with that beige color of the cart. And I just used my Cricut to cut out each of the squares, though it is totally possible to cut those squares out by hand. If you don't have a Cricut, it is just creating a bunch of straight lines until you get all of the squares that your heart desires. Using some transfer tape, I applied the checkers onto the bottom pieces of these shelves, and as you can see, I ended up having to cut out these in two separate sheets to kind of make one half and the other half. That is because that is all that my Cricut was capable size-wise to cover. I do think that this would be easier if you have one of the later Cricut models where you don't need to use one of the mats, but hey, I'm working with what I got for this project, and it still turned out fine. Moving on to the part that I'm most excited about for this bar cart, and that is making it a little extra functional. I used my circular saw to cut a board down to size to fit on the inside of that top shelf of this cart. Now you could always have them cut this down at the hardware store. I honestly just didn't think of it while I was there, so I ended up having to cut it myself. And then you're just going to want to give the board a very thorough sand to just smooth out any imperfections, make it nice and soft so that the stain will work and turn out really pretty. And I also just used it to file down the edges a little bit to those sharper corners to make them more smooth and rounded. Now, because I want this piece to last and look really good, because my intention is actually to gift it and not keep it for myself, I wanted to make sure I used a pre-stain conditioner on the wood here, just so that we get a beautiful even finish when we go in with the stain color. And for a little surprise, I'm not using Early American. This time I'm using Special Walnut to create this tray, though honestly, I think the color is almost exactly the same as Early American, but you know what? I tried to reach out or branch out and try something different. I let that stain sit for about 15 minutes before wiping away the excess, and even ended up giving it a second coat of stain to achieve the color that I wanted. And then after letting that board sit to dry for about a day, I then sealed it with some clear polyacrylic, and I did 2 coats of this because again, we want to make this really durable, especially if we're going to be using it as a bar cart or as a tray accessory to that bar cart. And just to match the other tiers of this cart, I once again went in with some more of those green checkers and applied them to the top. To turn this into a tray and make it easy to pull out of the cart, I added some really low profile drawer pulls to the sides to create some handles. And also used some cabinet bumpers to create little feet. That way it just sits really nicely on any surface. Finally, it was time to begin assembling the cart, and this was a lot easier than I thought it would be. And to really make this a bar cart instead of just a kitchen cart, I added 2 wine glass holders to the bottom of that top tier, and honestly, I was so shocked that these fit perfectly with the grates in the mesh. There's just no way that that's even possible, but somehow it did work out in my favor. So if you want to make this IKEA hack yourself, I'll be sure to link this exact product below. For this next project, I am using the tip-heed rug to create a cool upholstered storage box. I've actually used this rug before as a rug, so it's kind of fun to be able to DIY it for this video. I am just starting with a box that I received a gift in, and so it's a perfect way to upcycle something and use some of your trash or recycling to make something new. After I cut off the top flaps of the box, it is now time to move on to the upholstering part. Basically, I'm just using the box as the guide to create all of my fabric pieces instead of measuring. This does not have to be precise because, as you'll see, most of these edges will be covered up and you won't be seeing them. And really, the only other supply you need for this project is some hot glue. I used a ton of hot glue to begin adding each of these rug fabric pieces to cover and wrap up this entire box. I started on the inside of the box, adhered that really well with the glue, and then wrapped it around to the outside of the box, and then left a little extra lip of the fabric to adhere to the bottom, just so that it would look nice and neat. Now for the narrower sides, though you could do this for any side that you want, I then took the fabric, folded it to create about a 1-inch hem on both sides to create a really nice clean line. And that is how you're going to cover up those frayed edges of the other pieces that you just adhered. This is going to make this look really clean and neat and not like you just cut up a rug, glued it to a cardboard box. Don't forget to put some fabric down on the inside, and as a finishing touch, I then used a little bit of the rug edge or that hemmed piece to create some handles on the front and back. Okay, I want to know which of these IKEA hacks was your favorite. Personally, I love the bar cart because I took a basic, boring looking kitchen cart and turning it into something that I know the person who I'm going to gift this to is going to love because it is totally custom and personalized. Now don't forget to head to the description box and click that link to check out Ana Luisa to find your new favorite piece of jewelry. And if you want to see even more videos like this one, I would recommend clicking on this one right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.